Hi, I'm Christina from Bookworm Dreams and welcome to a new video. So as you can see, today I will be talking about the urban fantasies that I read so far in the year. So I have been really on like kind of a binge of urban fantasies and fantasies in general. So, I'm going to do another wrap up, so that's just a hint what it will be. And let's just start. First off, I read the entire Fetch Phillips archives by Luke Arnold, starting with The Last Mile in Sunder City, then Dead Man in a Ditch, and One Foot in the Fade. So this is the story of Fetch Phillips, who is a former soldier turned PI who works only for paranormal beings, so no humans. He is usually drunk and kind of almost an anti-hero of sorts. The world is very much dark and depressing, and you really have to be in a certain mood to read it. I almost didn't continue with the series after the first book because I found Fetch to be, as I said, depressing. A hero who kind of lets things happen to him. He's not an active participant in actually most of the things that happen, except for the fact that he does try to find out what happens in the cases that he gets, which are part of kind of a larger conspiracy, which you found out throughout the 3 books. But as you go on in each book, there is just this little moment of emotion, and in what I think in each one of them, I was almost crying with certain scenes, and you get to see Fetch as he grows, as he kind of deals with the trauma of his past, deals with basically this magical world which ceased to exist. There was magic in the world and it just stopped at one point, and he did have a certain part to play in that, and he's kind of dealing with that. So I think he has kind of a lot of PTSD and just carrying the weight of the world around on his shoulders. You really, if you're not looking for something like light and cheerful and cozy, this is definitely not it, but it's definitely worth the read because the world as such is very interesting, because it is a world without magic trying to, and magic beings trying to live in this world, and Fetch trying to help them. Although he is also very much kind of a defeated and imperfect human being. Then I'm gonna go on to Ilona Andrews, because no wonder I read a bit of Ilona Andrews. In addition to the Hidden Legacy series, which I already wrapped up, and it will be somewhere here or down in the box. So, first off, I read Magic Tides, which is kind of a spin-off series of novellas, I think it will be, from the Kate Daniels world. And this world is set in Atlanta, where there is magic and there is technology. So basically you have periods where magic lives and you have periods where magic does not live, because technology exists and guns work, cars work, but when there's magic, none of that works. And then we have Kate Daniels, who is a mercenary and gets caught up in this kind of war between 2 big factions of magical beings in Atlanta, one being necromancers and one being shape changers. She kind of winds up entangled with Kuran, who changes into a lion, and they both have this really awesome big personalities. Kate is extremely capable, and the whole series starts off with her guardian being killed, and it turns out that possibly that his death is related to like a series of bizarre killings, and that's what starts off the series. It is truly a series about finding family. Like there is definitely a found family trope because there's a lot of side characters who kind of crop out throughout the series that become like a regular cast of characters, and they even get their own kind of spin-off series, which is great and which are great. um, so definitely worth the read, even though it's a 10 series, a 10 book, I think, series, and now we have spin-offs. And this is basically the Magic Tides is the so-called Wilmington year. So this is after the end of the original series, where Kate has a family and a child, and she kind of, you know, continues being her awesome self and gets caught up into weird and very dangerous things. Then I read Clean Sweep. This is the first book in the Innkeeper Chronicles series by Ilona Andrews, and this is the story about Dina DeMille, who is, I think, around 20 something, and she is the kind of, you know, guardian, the owner of this magical inn, who kind of has a life of its own and serves as a safe haven for different paranormal or otherworldly creatures in the world that we're in. And she kind of, as usually with Alana Andrews, there is a series of bizarre huntings, killings that make Dina go and kind of search out, investigate what is happening. In doing so, she finds out that there's like a new werewolf marking his territory called Sean, and obviously there is going to be a romance between them, but it is not present currently in this first book. So we more or less get her interaction with the werewolf, with some vampires that come into play later, and it's just a story about her, how she is also like this very capable young woman who has to make big decisions, who also has a certain family history that it remains to be seen what happened with that. And it was just a really fast-paced, fun read. Like the audio book is great. I think Renee Rodman reads all of Lona Andrews's books, and she's just amazing. And it's just really a fun, light read to just enjoy your day. There is also one particular thing I really like about this series, and that is that the werewolves and vampires have an origin that I've never seen in a book before. So, which probably means that somebody has written something like that, but this is the first time I'm reading. So, like, I was then while reading it, and now very intrigued to find out more about the whole world, because it has a kind of sci-fi kind of feel to it. So that's really cool. And finally, a book that Maya and I have been, I think, gushing about this entire year. I think there's always like every 2 or 3 videos this book kind of pops up, but it's because it's so freaking good that we have to talk about it, because the author of this book also writes in English. So everybody who knows English, doesn't know Croatian but knows English, can get her books like online. So please do check her out. And the book is Od koljevke pa do groba by Antonija Mežnarić. So this is the story set in Rijeka, which is down in Croatia, and it's a story about Nana. Nana works as some kind of guardian. Is she a guardian? Like, she works at a student's home, where in Croatia we have special dorms that kind of people in high school go to if they don't have a high school in their hometown. So for example, I went from my hometown to Zagreb, and I stayed in like a student's dorm here, and I had like a teacher that was responsible for my group within within the dorm, and that is what Nana is. And the story kicks off with Nana finding out that her students are kind of hiding under the bed limbs that they found on the grounds of this dorm, which is this big building here. And uh, the whole story is interwoven with Slavic mythology, with kind of the history of the building itself, and just with the patron saint of Rijeka, and just it is gruesome at points. It just has those slight elements of horror that just bring it to another level. And yes, I got this signed, so I'm very, very proud that this is like one of the 2 signed books I actually own. And I think Maya and I did like a full review of this book, so I will leave a link somewhere here for that. And that is it. That is it for this video. Those are all the urban fantasies that I read. I hope you like this video. Please, like, share, subscribe, press the bell button if you want to get notifications whenever we post new videos. You can post comments if you want. Have you read any of these books? Are you interested in them? Can I explain more about them to you in the comments? Please just share your thoughts. There are important links down below. And that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in one of my next videos. Bye!